For sure. Yeah, baby. Guess what? Back again, the Two Penny Podcast, and both pennies are here today. Welcome back to Mike. I had to pay him extra to come back this week because he was like, "Fuck that guy, I'm not coming back.
A wheat
He's
penny.
he's an ass hat. I don't like him." I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. But you know what? Hey, only four more after this one, and you'd never have to do it again.
Woohoo! Except for like maybe we'll put out some like holiday episodes randomly.
No.
just to make sure nobody hears them since like it'll fall out of everybody's rotation.
Yeah. It's going. I mean, once it stops, it just. I mean, it's a mad decline.
Are you planning on like nuking the whole thing, just
Yeah,
making it all disappear?
yeah.
Ooh.
There'll be no history left. I will
You've been
delete all
you've been
episodes.
warned, listeners.
Yeah, if you want to keep any of them, you're gonna have to download them.
If you want any solid blackmail, you better get to downloading about
Yeah,
200 episodes.
yeah. You better get on it because it's all over but the crying, baby. Um, Yeah, so Mike was out last week. He had a bad case of the herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, something. Um, I don't know what are you drinking?
Uh, it's water, but there's like I don't know if it's from the filter. There's like little black chunkies floating around, so
Floaties,
I
extra
might have
goop.
to just hang out for the
Uh,
next however long.
well, you might want to just. I mean, you have time. You can go get another water if you want another water.
Nobody will notice.
Nobody will know. I wouldn't drink that water anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds nasty. Um, yeah. So you were sick. Are you feeling better now? Are you?
Yeah, I'm still full of boogers and stuff, but other than that, I feel pretty decent. Other than like the crackling when I breathe in and out
Wow.
heavily, heavily.
Heavily breathing. Okay, that's
So
different. I like it.
when we're getting hot and heavy, it sounds like somebody just poured milk into a bowl of Rice Krispies.
Wow. That doesn't sound good. And you just had the everyday average cold. You're just a sick person,
Probably yes,
a weak immune system, which is
but I'm a
wild.
man and I got the cold, which is different than when a woman gets the cold. She can still like function and stuff, but
Yeah, you're a guy, so it put you down. It
I was down
it
and
wouldn't
out.
it wouldn't even have phased a woman
Right, they'd still be cleaning and taking care of shit and
cleaning. I like how you're
going to
throwing it out
Target,
there as a womanly job.
going to
Um,
Target.
going to Target, the old French store, the French tickler. Um, my sister was in Italy last week, a little
Mm.
Italian excursion, I guess, her and my niece. And then her husband and two of the other kids took off and went to, I think, Jamaica. I'm like, you guys are weird. Different. And then I think in a few weeks, with my sister and Matt's anniversary, I think they're going to go to Dubai.
Oh, I've
Um,
heard that's pretty cool.
I wouldn't know.
I guess if you're into that kind of thing.
I'm into it. I'd love to go to Dubai. Um, I'd like to go there and play some Joff,
Yeah.
little Joffing. Been a crazy week. Obviously, we're recording on Monday. Pod comes out on Friday. Today is the 19th, which means
Hey,
Friday will be a different day.
happy President's Day.
That's right. Happy President's Day for all you presidential motherfuckers out there. Um, Shout out to Mr. The Keb. I mean, pitchers and catchers reported. Baseball is
Oh,
so alive. I guess a
yeah.
big hubbub about the Major League Baseball. Some people were talking about the jerseys. They're not liking the jerseys. They got a new company. Well, not a new company, but I guess a different company they were using, and the jerseys are called performance jerseys compared to the old, mainly polyester, whatever they game jerseys they used to wear. They debuted them last year apparently in the All Star game,
Hmm.
but there was some hubbub this week or last week in regards to I don't know what the big hubbub would actually be, but whatever. It's a fucking jersey. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play baseball. Fucking who
How do they
gives a
make the
shit?
junk look?
Well, it's a shirt, so I
Oh, it's not the
assume.
pants.
No, I think the pantalones are still the pantalones.
Oh,
I don't even know what kind of pants they're into this year. I mean, I know used to it was like the traditional baseball pants were kind of not super form fitting. They were kind of like jegging type things and then a little tight at the bottom around the ankle, and they went up to the knee highs, and now then they were baggy. In the like 90s, I think they had some nice baggy pants. I don't know what they're wearing these days, but I'm sure if you want to catch some junk, you could. But I'm hoping they wear cups,
yeah, I assume so.
protect them nads. You don't want
Gonads.
you don't want them balls getting smashed by a baseball.
Baseball.
Your boys play baseball. You coach baseball, t-ball, don't you?
They played for a while. They haven't played in a little bit. We kind of fell off on the sports. Well, that's not true. They're doing jujitsu right now. They just started that like a month ago.
Ooh, nice. Don't you love it when they come home and kick you in the leg? I
Well,
learned this.
yeah, they're not quite there yet. They're still in the intro class, so they got to
It'll
graduate
get
till they
there.
can get to the regular one.
They're gonna get there soon, and they're gonna come home and beat your ass. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna be walking. You got ninjas in the house just flying off the couches, kicking you in the head.
The nice thing about putting your kids in jujitsu is they continually enforce the idea of self control, and
That is a
so
very nice.
for 4, 5, 6 year olds, that's a kind of a new concept that is pretty
Yeah.
important.
So speaking of children, a couple things about children. My daughter's grown, but she, of course, same stuff back then. But for like a security blanket or toy or something like that. I remember when I was really young, my brother had this. It was a dolphin, a little stuffed dolphin,
Hmm.
but he called it Sharky for some
Sure.
reason. And but I remember that thing was around for years. Um, I don't remember having one. I'm sure that I did. I'd have to ask somebody and find out if I did. But and I don't really know if my sister did. But most kids have like a security blanket or a toy or something. Some parents get crazy and get backups for traveling, or oh my gosh, if they don't have this, they got to have that. Do your any of your children have any Security blankets or toys? Things, not
So,
binkies, because binkies were like everybody's thing.
well, the funny thing about that, so Telkin is not a self soother at all, and so he didn't never really attached to anything like that. He does have like a Sonic the Hedgehog plushie
Mhm.
that he'll cuddle with when he sleeps, but for the most part, he just wants somebody to lay in there with him and cuddle with him, and that's his thing.
All right.
Ever since he was a baby, it was like he was the worst sleeper. Like you'd think he's asleep, and you'd like try to tiptoe out of the room, and if one noise was made, like he would wake up and just start screaming at you. But when all the kids were born, we had uh, like nice little custom fleece blankets made uh, for the kids. They're all different Denver sports teams themes. So Telkin got like a football shaped one that's a Broncos that has his name on it. Paddock has a Colorado Avalanche one that has his name on it. It's like a black circle, like hockey puck. And then Colfax has a Rockies one. Um, and so they all like those, but Paddock is real attached to that. Colfax is real attached to that. Telkin not as much. Like I'll throw it on him when he goes to sleep, but he's not like asking for it. And then like Telkin was not a thumb sucker or a pacifier kid. Paddock is a thumb sucker, and then
He's a
Colfax
thumb
is a
sucker.
pacifier.
He's a thumb
So
sucking extraordinaire. That kid
yeah,
is a thumb sucker.
so every one of them is different on those as well. So it's kind of kids are weird. It's
They're different. I don't know if they're weird, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Jayla had a blanket that she really liked. And then there were certain things she was a binky gal for a long time.
yeah.
But when we cut out the binky, she didn't find it much. I remember on rare occasion, out of nowhere, she'd find a binky or something, or she'd see one and be like, "Oh!" I remember we went over to like a friend's house that had the same age or maybe a little younger child that had binkies, and Jayla grabbed one and just started sucking on it. Just grabbed a spare binky and was like, "It's mine.
I'm taking
I'm
this.
taking this binky, boy." So past all that stuff, what about like? I was very fortunate with Jayla. There was never any spanking. I never gave one spanking. Um, I could raise my voice, and she would hit the ground crisscross applesauce like Jesus was just about telling her what to do. God was coming down. But is there like I don't want to know what kind of punishment you lash out because that's none of my business. But is there like a pre-punishment? Like, do you guys use like a countdown? Like, moms are always like 1, 2, and don't maybe get to 3, or a color system where they're like, oh, you are on yellow right now. Do not get to red. Do not, or anything on the board on the fridge where like, oh, Paddock was good today. Or
Uh, we've tried, I guess, many things throughout the years. It kind of, I don't know. It depends on the severity. Like if, when we're not opposed to spanking. Like if it's something bad and
yeah,
you need to deter some behavior right away, like we will spank. Um, Something that has been effective, like if kids are saying stuff that are not appropriate or just that kind of behavior in general. We have a little bottle of apple cider vinegar that will give them a little squirt in the mouth. So kind of like the bar of soap idea, but
see, I
uh,
like the
y-
taste though.
yeah. Well, they don't. They might grow to like it.
Their taste
Uh,
buds right now are a little sensitive for that.
yeah, and so they get a squirt of that, and that's probably the biggest deal is open your mouth. You're getting apple cider, and they don't like that very much.
You gonna get that cider in your mouth right now, boy. Open them lips. They try to fight it and keep their mouth shut and just squirt it up their nose or something.
No, because then they'll get a spanking too.
Ooh, double trouble. Double trouble.
I don't know, but
Dang.
they're boys though, so they're always wrestling and roughhousing and stuff like that. So uh, it's definitely different than what I've heard raising girls is like.
Different and a
It's
lot
loud.
easier.
It's very loud.
I would say it's probably harder on moms with daughters than it is dads with daughters for sure. Um, because there's some things that girls just don't talk about or whine about or do around dad, I guess,
Yeah,
that they will with mom. And they're not going to complain about my hair or my makeup or any of this. They're not going to complain to me. I don't know anything about it. I did learn to do a little hair. I could do a little hair. I can pony it. I can braid it. I can do that kind of shit.
giddy up.
But or at least I used to. I don't know. Maybe I can anymore. But it's been a long time since I braided any hair. Um,
Well, those '80s and '90s hairstyles weren't quite as intricate as they are nowadays.
True. Very true. I haven't talked to you since the Super Bowl, or the
Yeah,
Stupid Bowl as I saw it. What were your thoughts? I don't know. I watched it and it wasn't an awful watch. Wasn't a lot of fireworks, but I mean the fourth quarter and overtime was great.
yeah. Well, I enjoyed a highly defensive game because it's annoying when all the hype of the Super Bowl builds up and then one team is wildly unprepared. An
Yeah.
example is the Broncos when they got their butts kicked by Seattle.
Oh yeah.
It's like just a total bummer, when it's a runaway. And so it was nice that it was close. I did want Kansas City to lose, and before I felt like before the game ever started, I knew that it was going to come down to some freaking BS that Patrick Mahomes would just figure out how to squeak it out, and that's what happened. And so it was kind of anticipated and disappointing at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you friends with our old buddy Doug Boyd
No,
on Facebook?
no,
He is so dead set about it never comes down to just players.
the
It's
script,
always about the refs or the script or the NFL doesn't want somebody to win or this, that, the other. I mean, I just don't buy into it. I do believe that there's probably somewhere along the line that's saying, hey, we kind of need some ratings here. Maybe don't call as many holdings. Maybe call a few pass interference. Try to even out the game. I could totally see the NFL saying that to their refs. I'm not even
right?
joking. Um, I think they do it in all sports, to be honest. I think I don't know one sport other than like track and field and stuff like that where there's really no way to do it. Um, but in these games where they can call penalties and fouls, whether it be hockey or all of the contact team sports, I believe there's definitely um, I think there might be a little scripting or a little bit of, hey, maybe don't call a balk for the next month on the Braves so that Ken will be happy. I don't
Because
know.
they can't help it.
Yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, I don't find it to be that sports are pure and sportsmanship and just gamesmanship and it comes down to the athletes and the coaching and all that anymore. I don't think that that's just the way. I just don't think it's possible.
Well, there's so much cameras and footage on every single aspect of the game. Like they have to be pretty dang good at it if they're going to hide it, uh, and still try to affect the outcome of the game because it's going to be obvious if they just totally blow it.
Well, I think that's one of the, a lot of the things is when they look at it and they don't call something that actually did happen. Um, Not always what they call in it is like, oh well, that
Well,
really wasn't
and
fair
nobody
either.
wants a Super Bowl filled with penalties either. So
Oh, exactly.
there's two sides to it. So
What'd you think about Ursher's halftime performance?
I mean, it was I guess it was as expected. I can't say that I listened to a whole lot of Usher.
Yeah,
Um,
I did listen to a lot of Ursher back in the day.
I was kind of shocked. I didn't realize how thick Alicia Keys got.
Well, I don't think she was that thick. I mean, she's
Like the
not
butt and the
frail.
legs got
Um,
all
she's
shapely.
she's mammed up a little bit, and I love it. Um, I think she sounded great. I don't know if it was pre-tracked or not, but she sounded good. Little John amazingly sounded awesome.
Yeah.
Not that he was singing, but his yas and his okays
Yeah, yeah,
were
yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
Um, so it was all right. I didn't see any commercials that I really just was like jazzed up about. Um, I thought some of the commercials were real stupid, but
Um, w- I really liked the Sarah V commercial with Michael Sarah.
it was pretty good. Yeah,
I thought that one was pretty funny.
clever,
Yeah,
clever for sure. Um,
and he's just such a freaking gooberhead that I'll pretty much laugh at anything he does.
he is gooberific, that's for damn sure. And another thing in the world of social media and singers and entertainers, and did you happen to hear about the Drake dick pic leak?
I heard about it. I can't say that I've looked it up.
I don't actually. Maybe it's not a pic. Maybe it's a video.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it was a video.
I the same heard about it. I didn't go searching it out. I still might. You never know. I may get lonely one night and just be like, let me check out Drake's penis.
Apparently,
Apparently,
it's kind of long.
apparently he's got a yard dart. Apparently, he's got a long, slanky dang. And it's a full extra fister. That thing is a big, long one, apparently. I haven't seen it yet. Um, but a lot of the memes and stuff have been pretty awesome. And
It could just
it,
be good lighting, though, too.
could it? I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Hollywood can do anything nowadays.
And he damn sure got some plays on his music. His numbers on Spotify and went through the roof. All of a
Exploded.
sudden, they're like finding new meaning. Oh, this is what he meant when he said that. He meant he was really going to blow her back out.
I saw a clip of Nicki Minaj explaining. I think it was Nicki Minaj explaining one of her songs to Jimmy Kimmel,
Uh huh.
and it was about trying to poop, but that goes back up and in, or something like that, and where she can't poop, and that's what her song's about, according to this
All right.
interview I saw.
Thanks for joining us this week. We appreciate. God damn.
I think it was
Nick,
her. I don't know. All
Nicki
those,
Minaj a twat a pooper.
yeah. There's a group of those women that I can't really tell the difference between, like Heard
Yeah.
and Cardi B, and
Megan the Stallion.
yeah, I don't know, all of them. It's kind of the
Yeah.
same genre that I don't listen to. That
We all know you're a redneck hillbilly racist. It's okay.
I don't think I
Okay,
don't even
that's
know
true.
what uh,
St. Joe's the racist. You're
I don't
just
know
a
where they're
redneck
from.
hillbilly.
So I know they all talk kind of the same, but it's not anything I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah, you're probably right.
And it kind of freaks me out if somebody was talking to me like that. I'd probably start running the other way.
You might. You just might.
It's a little aggressive for my taste.
Yeah. I was I'm a big YouTube watcher. Watch a lot of YouTubey,
Sure.
and I have a weird question. I pay for my subscription on YouTube
Okay.
and on Netflix. I pay for everything. My question is this, because they make you fill out a questionnaire and all this stuff. What kind of shows you'd like to stuff? What kind of stuff should we angle
Yeah.
your way or make suggestions? Whatever. And they see what kind of stuff you're looking at. I have never once looked up anything in fucking Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I still get some ads on occasion that are fucking all Spanish. I mean, that's like, why the fuck is my paid subscription advertising in Spanish to me
Yeah, I
when
don't know.
everything I watch, everything I do is obviously Caucasian. I'm a Caucasoid. I'm a cracker.
I don't watch anything not white.
And that's not true. But I don't speak any other languages. I don't speak no Mexican.
You would certainly think that your phone is listening enough to know that you're not speaking
True.
Espanol.
Espanole. That's right.
Maybe it's because of that trip to Miami. Like, who knows?
Yeah, but those are all Puerto Ricans, not Mexicans.
Well, do Puerto Ricans have their own TV programming?
They might. Maybe that's what I'm getting. Maybe I get some Puerto Rican poop abs.
Yeah. Huh?
Maybe. I don't know. Um, so now that football's over
Yeah.
and you're not really big into other sports that I know. I mean, I know you watch NBA a little bit. You like the Nugs just like I do, but are you more of a playoff championship watcher? Because that's what I am. I'm not going to just, if I'm not doing anything and I catch the Nugs on, I'll watch it. But that's about
Yeah.
it. I'm not tuning
It,
in.
these sports that have 80 to 100 and whatever games a season. That's a little much for me. I don't know who has time for that.
What about hockey? Will you watch that
Uh,
on TV?
yeah, I will if I really don't subscribe to any TV, so I'm not like I just don't really have it.
You subscribe to the NFL. That's about it,
Pretty much, yeah.
which is cool. I do too,
But
honestly.
if the opportunity pops up, or I'll watch the highlights and stuff as they pop up after my teams play.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things for me with golf that entices me so much is the fact that it is year round. They
Yeah,
have an off season of less than a month, and they play. They're in the California swing, and they played out
well,
in
it's kind of cool
Hawaii.
that like every tournament is separate too, so it's like
Yeah,
every one of them can kind of be equally important to it to an extent.
yeah, and I mean the PGA Tour has um, put a little extra emphasis and money towards certain events that they call signature events, kind of like bigger places, kind of like in NASCAR and stuff. Like right now, tonight, they ran the Daytona 500 after
Yeah,
weather delays. Um, but the Daytona is big. You don't hear a lot, and you hear about the Indianapolis 500, but you don't always hear about the Las Vegas, you know,
I
500
think
or
the one
whatever.
here in Fort Worth is the Duck Dynasty
Could
something.
be. Nobody knows. That's what I'm saying. So some are more important than others. You hear about the majors in golf, and you hear about now the signature events. They're trying to put a little more emphasis and money into it, mainly because the Live Tour came out and
Right.
started poaching players, or players went there. Whatever you way you want to look at it. I'm for all golf, so I like it all, but it's you
It
know
definitely has a different vibe when you watch Live. I can tell
yeah
you
it
that
does.
from the minimal experience I've had with it.
Oh, it does for sure. Yeah, it's a lot different. It's cool in its own way. Um, this last week, Tiger Woods played for the first time since the Masters last year. He did play in a couple tournaments, but this is his first PGA Tour event, and he withdrew 6 holes or 7 holes into a second round. He wasn't playing that great. He withdrew not to illness, or not. I'm sorry, not to injury, but to illness.
Mm-mm.
And
He was sick of playing, is what it was.
I think so. Or I think he realized, you know what? I'm on the verge of not making the cut while playing bad. Up, I've got diarrhea. I'm just going to go ahead and pull out.
Yeah.
Um,
You never want to pull out with diarrhea,
no, you want to keep that plugged up.
though.
I had the mistake one time of I had diarrhea, and I was like, man, I got to stop this. I drank like a half bottle of Imodium.
Yeah.
I didn't shit for like 4 days, dude.
Yeah, Imodium's. I had to use that when I was sick last week, and that it
It's
turns
like
you from water
concrete.
to concrete. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And the first poop I took, I swear to God, these things were smaller than my fingers. These little
And it's
turds were
instant.
like, I mean, there was like nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the? I was afraid I was going to have to take medicine to poop. That's
Yeah,
not
take
a.
some X-Lax
That's
for
like
my
people that
Imodium.
take uppers and downers and druggies that use this to go up and this to go down. It's like, no, I don't want to have that fight. I mean, I had to
Yeah.
do something to stop the.
Got to balance my guts.
I had to do something to stop the poo because I didn't want to be a bottle rocket. But Imodium AD is some serious business. You don't need much.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah. I had the pill forms, and it was
I had
like
the
within five
liquid.
minutes of taking it, I no longer felt like I needed to sit on the toilet every 5 minutes. It was pretty incredible.
It is pretty awesome how quick it works, and you feel pretty good. It's like wow.
Yeah.
But then I'm not kidding. I think it was 3 or 4 days, and it's like, oh my god.
And not only does it like turn to concrete consistency, it actually looks like concrete. It's
Yeah, it's
like
like
a gray.
I start singing "Careless Whisper" and poop for him. I'm never gonna poop again. I mean, it was hard. It's tough, and yeah. So Imodium AD, crazy stuff, but they don't sponsor us, so fuck them. And yeah, no sponsors. Fuck them all.
That's why we have to stop doing this.
Yeah, that's why, because we're not getting enough sponsorship dollars. Tushy didn't pay the bill.
They
Pushy said,
yeah, they stood us up.
"Yeah, fuck you, Tushy."
They said the check's in the mail. Who pays like that anymore?
I love Tushy though. I mean, there's only one bad thing about when you put a bidet in your house, and that bad thing is once you get used to a bidet, you feel disgusting having to take toilet paper, dry toilet paper, to your asshole.
I thought you were gonna say that you want to go to the toilet more often to use it.
No, but that could be a reaction.
You're
It could
so
be a
excited.
byproduct. It is nice. I mean, God bless. There's so many good options out there right now. So I mean, I'm a fan of the bidets.
Have you ever tried to see how high on the water pressure you could go just for the
I can't
shits
tell
and giggles?
if like a spider came down from the roof and like hit my nose and then like I brushed it off, but I feel like now there's a spider web on me. I'm like, what the? I don't know. I mean, this studio is in the attic, so
Yeah, it's
I mean
haunted
it's
too.
finished. It's a finished attic, but still, I'm not a big fan of spiders just crawling down on my face
So
ever.
since you were distracted, have you ever challenged yourself to see how high on the water pressure you could go?
Mm, great question. I cannot handle full blast.
You've tried?
I've tried.
Yeah.
I'm really about a halfway guy. I'm about
Does it,
halfway for a good 30 seconds.
does it kind of lift you off the seat?
No, it doesn't push you away. It just, I mean, that I could rip. That might blow a hole in you. I mean, it hurts to blast that much pressure into your butthole. Or even if it hits your tank, because that's what happened with me. I was afraid to like let it just unleash in the butthole. So I kind of leaned forward a little bit and slapped me right in the taint, the gooch.
Is it like a chandelier dial where you can like start low and then just like
Yes,
slowly crank as you go,
it's exactly how it is.
get to full brightness?
Yes, it's I'm telling you, anybody that hasn't tried a bidet should, and once you do, I think you'll be a believer. Um, I just am amazed at how it has not swept the country. I am really
It's
amazed.
just not American,
If
man.
I was running for president, that'd be one of my biggest things. Every household will have a bidet. I also know that some people was like, "That's a wasting water."
What?
No, it is not. It is not wasting water.
You probably use less water having to flush down toilet paper.
Maybe I don't know. It's saving paper. It's
You know,
saving your
you probably
butthole.
need the toilet to do more water to get all the extra stuff down.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, but I mean, I think if you take apples to apples, oranges to oranges, or whatever, you a bidet is much better for the environment and your butthole.
I'm guessing the Tide people put a lot of money towards like Congress and uh, the
Cottonelle and all
politicians
them.
to make sure we don't get bidets because they like the poo streaks. and everybody's whitey tighties.
I guess. Hey, I tell you what, ever since I got those, the only poo streaks I get is from doing it, not from leaving it.
Yeah,
I mean, if I get a streak, it's because I put it there. It's not because I didn't take care of something prior.
I think you're releasing your anus too much when you're doing it.
Releasing my anus too much. I'm not keeping it
Relaxing.
tight when I toot. Not tight toots. I'm
No,
releasing
definitely
it.
not. I've heard your pushes.
Oh, the pushes are nice. Um, I don't have. I can have the bugle boy, but one of my favorite things to watch on TikTok is fart videos from
Yeah.
ring cameras. They're great. Or other good ones are post colonoscopy farts.
Yeah.
Those sound like hippopotamuses taking a shit. It's great.
Just pull the cord.
Speaking of which, our girl with Tourette's, that chick is
Mm-hmm.
gone. She's gotten bad.
Uh-oh.
She's crazy. She's got some problems, and her new sayings are worse. I don't know what they are, but it's wild. I sent you a video, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I still like it.
She's got a few new sayings, but we also are loving our dude. The lobster boy.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
was thumping that chicken sandwich.
I love his little
it's
super fast pat.
it's fast, yeah.
Um, I wonder how he masturbates.
Uh,
He's probably got a pocket puss.
yeah. Somebody should donate him one. If he doesn't,
He might not even have a wiener.
he might just have like a little, I don't know, a little crab grabber.
Little crab grabber. His arms are little crabby lobster hooks. I tell you what, he gets after shit though. It ain't hurting him.
No, when he grabbed that sandwich, I was pretty shocked,
I was impressed.
and he didn't like make a total mess all over the place too.
No, he got after it. I've seen him do everything. He's capable. Yeah. I don't know
It's
if that was
fast.
super fast. But yeah, so that's about it for me. I don't really have anything else this week. You got some good cool stories?
Since it's President's Day, I guess I could tell a kid story.
Okay.
So Amber was telling the kids that uh, Monday was President's Day, so all their friends would be not in school that they hang out with, and so naturally they go, "Well, what's President's Day?" And Amber said, "Well, it's the day that we celebrate the presidents." And Talkin goes, "But if the president is not making very good decisions, why are we celebrating him?"
Hmm.
And that was it. And it's like, well,
I mean, I'm
maybe we're
assuming.
celebrating some past presidents.
I think so. I think that
We tried to explain
when
Abe
you
Lincoln.
when you look at posters and stuff that they use for President's Day, you don't really see any current or modern
Last
day
20 years.
presidents.
Yeah.
I think maybe the most recent one that you might get if people were putting stuff like that together might be a JFK.
Yeah.
Um, mainly because of his assassination more than anything. I don't know what kind of president he would have turned out to be in full. Um, but I mean, yeah, most of the time it's the oldies. It's the Lincoln, the
the,
Washington,
the
the
classics.
classics, baby, the Rushmore. Um, but yeah, I mean, so did homeschooling mom partake in the President's Day holiday and have the kids off today, or did they school it?
They had jujitsu, but I don't think they did any school stuff this morning. I don't know. I went to work early, so what they do after I
Nice.
leave is out of my control.
It's totally up to them. Totally up to them.
What's funny about homeschooling is you kind of realize how much wasted time there was at school to be there 7 or 8 hours and really only accomplish maybe 30 minutes or an hour worth of actual work.
Yeah, that's an accomplishment for me any day if I accomplish any work.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna say that I don't remember. I
Oh,
forgot already. Oh no. Um, Shout out to my buddy Corey if he listens from TaylorMade. He sent me a new driver head this week. the brand new driver that just came out. So thank you, Corey. Um, I just so everybody knows, and I'll tell Mike now, although he probably had an inkling. I said it last week in the podcast. I am going to be doing something golf related at some point. I don't know if it's going to be a podcast. It might just really be a YouTube channel. Um, but I have enough connections in golf, like Corey with TaylorMade. He's the PGA Tour rep for TaylorMade.
Cool.
Um, I also met Mark Callan, who is the PGA Tour rep for Callaway. So I'm making the rounds of meeting some people that could make a golf show at some point interesting or viable for me. It is a total passion for me. I love golf. I wish Mike. I know Mike played golf once, and he's not opposed to golf and doesn't hate it. I don't know how much Mike would enjoy discussing golf on a regular because it's not his jam.
What's the
Um,
guy's name on Caleb Presley's show that just sits there and eats ice cream?
I don't know what his name is, but that guy's awesome. You
Benny,
could for
maybe, or
sure do
something.
that.
Yeah, it could be that
Um,
guy.
but I do know that I did get a couple invites to film at a couple nice places. Um, I've been invited out to Trump, the course here in Colts Neck, and I have a I can go to Liberty National, which is a very private club that the whole golf course you can see the Statue of Liberty in the harbor. It's very cool. Some cool stuff. I don't know how I'm going to put it all together. I don't really have the YouTube, the videography, the videoing type history or knowledge. And I don't know if I'll do it at all. I might not. I might just be like, hey, whatever, fuck you.
I might just use the golfing.
Might just do the golfing and say fuck it. Maybe
Put a
I'll get out.
GoPro on your head and
Maybe I'll get out of the golf. Maybe I'll get out of the car world and go back to golf stuff. Um, that'd be fine by me. Sad thing is the dollars are a little better.
yeah, Juan pays the bill and Juan does not.
And fuck both ones. But anyway, we'll see. But yeah, so I mean, we've got 4 more episodes, folks, after this one, and I just want people to understand it has nothing to do with Mike and I are not to the point where we want to choke each other out. I mean, Mike might want to choke me on some days, but that's okay. That's because I'm annoying, because that's my thing. That's my jam. On my lips.
I don't like jelly.
I like jam. Anyway, I like honey. That's so good. But so yeah, I mean, we're gonna wrap it up tonight, and we're gonna wrap it up in 4 more weeks. So by so what are we? We're February. What are we here? We're February. Let me see this calendar. Oh fuck that! I don't want to pull up that calendar. Let me pull up this
23rd.
calendar. So this comes out on the 23rd, right?
Yep.
This comes out on the 23rd. Then we'll have one on March 1st, the 8th, the 15th, and March 22nd. 3/22/24 will be the last and final episode of the Two Penny Podcast. So make sure you, in the next few weeks, if you get a chance, you want to come on the show, you want to come on and say hi or bye, please do. If you don't want to, well, fine, fuck you too. And toodaloo. But we'll see you next time. We'll see
Rudy
you next
toot
week.
toot.
So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let us know. And if you don't, well, go fuck yourself, because that's the easiest thing to do. And I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Anyway, yeah, I said that. Toby Keith dead. I don't know what happened to him, but he's dead. Anyway, if we
think it
played
was
music
cancer.
anymore, we could have played something, but we don't. So thanks to Saint. I mean, really, Saint Joe's the reason our podcast is dead.
Yeah.
He killed us.
R.I.P.
Rip.
TPP. R.I.P.
Rip. Rip.
2PP.
Rip the dream. It's over. You know. Oh well. Make sure you go check out our friends at oompod.com. They've got 75,000 fucking iPods or podcasts going on over there.
iPods.
iPods. So
You're really
make sure you
dating
check
yourself.
that out. Yeah, I am. Give me that iPod. Where's my tape? My tape recorder. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Mike, thanks for joining us. So yeah, for May, for Mike, I'm
Do you still
Jay.
have May? I hadn't seen her around in a while.
Yeah. She's here. I haven't eaten her yet or sold her to the Chinese restaurant.
Well,
She's here. She's doing
I guess
good.
that's for after you get out of the car biz.
It's probably right after this 100th episode is done. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Adios. Goodbye.
Bye bye.